Okay, so let's just center ourselves by taking a deep breath in through our nose, bringing it down to our pelvic bone area, holding it, and exhaling through our mouth with an audible. Inhaling again, dropping that beautiful breath down deep, holding it, exhaling it all the cares of the day. One more. And before we start our journey, we will go around, introduce ourselves, where we're from, how many we're putting into the circle, and what quality we're going to be bringing in today. And I will start. I'm Audrey. Right now I'm in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, outside of Harrisburg. And I'm bringing 5 situations and 23 people. And the quality I am bringing in is rejuvenation. And I tag Evie.
Thanks, Audrey. I'm Evie. I'm in Annapolis, Washington. The quality I'm bringing in today is joy. And I'd like to bring in 2 global and 2 domestic situations and 6 people personally. I will tag Kelly.
Hello, Kelly here in Portland, Oregon. And I want to bring in protection. And within that, I bring in 1 situation and 4 people. And I tag Sue.
Thank you, Kelly. I'm Sue. I'm from Smoky Point, Washington. I'm bringing in 2 sides of a global issue. And the quality I'm bringing in is responsibility. 1 personal, and I'm bringing all the people who want to be here, all the light workers with a like-minded who want to be here. And I'll call on Cinda.
Oh, thank you. I couldn't hear any of you earlier. I don't know what's wrong with my phone. So I'm good now. I'm Cinda. I'm from Westland, Oregon, just south of Portland. I'd like to bring in 8 individuals and 2 furs and gratitude, the concept of gratitude. So let's see. Sharon, have you gone yet? I'll bring in Sharon.
Sharon Raji here in Whidbey Island. Beautiful sunny day. And I want to bring in 1 personal situation, 6 people connected to that situation, and all of the volunteers that are on Earth mission here now, to be here, and I'm holding world situations, many, and the quality I'm bringing into this circle for that entire group and humanity is truth telling. And I guess I'll back to you, Audrey.
Okay, Kelly, you brought in protection, and what was the other quality? I'm sorry, I didn't write it down.
No, perfect. I just had protection. I think one situation.
Mhm.
Yep, that was it.
Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, okay. So we have 8 situations, 2 global, 2 domestic, 2 sides of the global situation, many global situations, 2 furries, and 47 people, all those who want to be here, like-minded light workers, all earth volunteers. And the quality we're going to bring in, qualities will be rejuvenation, joy, protection, responsibility, gratitude, truth telling, and we can share what's going on with us before we start, if we want to do that and popcorn around. Anybody can start. Go ahead, Sue.
So I was talking to my sister this morning, and I will give her an idea, and she goes, nah, 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 nah. No. That's not it. That's not right. And grit my teeth and go, in my mind, I'm going, I know. I don't know how to put it into words in the other way. So she puts it into words. She says, here's the author, here's the book, here's all the examples. So what I have come to think of, there used to be people who could sit in consciousness and heal other people. And when I watch people like Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's not healing people. He's teaching people how to heal themselves. And it occurred to me, healing other people is not teaching other people to take responsibility for their life. And I've heard many people say, as healers, they healed people. They told people how to take care of their health. And the people came back with the next health condition and said, heal me. And the teacher, the spiritual healer, would say, but I've been giving you information how to take care of yourself and take care of your health. And they go, no, you heal it. You do it. You take all the classes, you read all the books, you do the work. And then I give you a little bit of money and you heal me. And I've listened to a few teachers say, I'm not doing that anymore. So after a few years of this struggle, it has come to my realization in my heart, I need to be fully responsible and not focus on other people's health issues, but be supportive. And I think that's a major shift. I want someone to heal me. Why would I want to do all the work? So I'm just, it's new awarenesses within this spectrum of what is healing. Healing the world, healing humanity, healing the planet, healing myself, healing each other, healing groups. I'm just changing my mind how I'm going to approach this. And I'm complete.
I'll share. So on the same line, I've been having my niece with medical issues, my sister, multiple people, and I've come to the same, you can give them the resources, you can take them to the information, but they're the caretakers of their own being. And giving them the tools is the best thing unless they reach out. So it's kind of like stepping back and just being there, um, and offering support as much as they're willing to have. Um, so I've had two little girls in my presence for 6 weeks. I'm here again to pick them up for another couple weeks. And they've been very interesting, and I've been doing work as it comes up on them. So that's been fun. I've been teaching them about the magic and the land and swimming in rivers and just having them connect with different parts of them that they forgot. So that's been a real joy. After the adjustment period, it's been a lot of fun. Um, there's so much more, but too much to share here. It's been a whirlwind of ups and downs and beautiful healing and everything. And it's nice playing and learning how to have fun again. I spin with the girls in the yard and we jump in the puddles, and it's just fun, just having fun. So that's what's going on with me.
I'll go ahead. I haven't been here for several reasons, but one is that I have been on, well, healing journey is lifelong, but in the past 2.5 years, it's been very intense and very challenging. And I feel like I'm through a dark tunnel and very excited about that, and the mysteries of collective energy and what I've done and what the body can do on its own is just, I'm in awe around that. And that's a good thing because my partner has a serious illness right now. And so that's going to take us on a new chapter and a new journey. And I don't know, once he starts treatment, how available I'll be, but I'm here now, present, and it's great to see everybody. Thanks.
I will pop in as well. I am in a wobble a bit, which is fascinating. In a place where I feel like I need a boulder in my lap again, because everywhere I go, the world is flipping and turning and spinning. It's been about 3 weeks now. And I have my theories around some of it, but it's all good. I think it's not bad. It's just what it is. Good or bad. There's no identifying it. It's just how I seem to navigate massive energetic changes. And sitting in the glory of watching my daughter prepare for her wedding, and had her bridal shower yesterday, and she is just stunning both inside and out, and she's so majestic in her adultness. It's so silly. That's not how she's just a majestic being who is so strong and so clear. And I'm just in a place of honoring that. So thank you. I'm complete.
All right, on Kelly's heels. So I was fortunate enough to attend her daughter's bridal shower yesterday, and that was extraordinary. And day before was my niece's bridal shower that I helped host. And a little bit of what Audrey's going through too is it's been the month of nieces. It's been the summer of nieces for me. The entire summer of taking care of my sister-in-law's kids and my brother's daughter and my sister's daughter, and being a mother of boys. It's been really quite wonderful to be surrounded by all this glorious feminine energy, and hosting now 2 bridal showers, one for who is now my daughter-in-law, and another one for my niece, and then attending Kelly's daughter's bridal shower. There's something that is extraordinary in the gathering of women and honoring these rites of passage. I don't know, traditionally, maybe bridal showers mean something different, but the way that they're done now, it's really just so beautiful and honoring of these young women and their rite of passage, and almost a passing of the torch, I suppose. It's been lovely. I remember when both of my boys were born and I was looking at them and I went through a wave of depression because I was really fantasizing about raising women and teaching them how to be independent and fierce and, empowered individuals. And I had this fantasy of what kind of mother I would be to daughters. And then I had boys. And then it occurred to me, well, I need to raise my boys to allow the women in their lives to be empowered and magnificent and to help them get there. And hopefully I've done that. But now this summer of nieces and Kelly's daughter, it's been extraordinary. It's been kind of an opportunity for me to participate in the passing on of this wisdom. Anyway, it's been quite lovely. I'm complete.
Yeah, that information sharing, rather than taking on, is something that we all have to ponder. I think for me, when I learned about the moon path, sun path, that really began to make it clear to me, because I knew when I started working that I wanted to work with women, men too, but mostly women came who were wanting to learn and apply it. They were being self-responsible. And I worked with those kind of women. Like you, I call them the leaders. And so I didn't work with those who just wanted to stay victim for me to fix. And it just happened that way. But I set that intention early on. And then I understood that we're all moon path teachers. We're all moon path teachers. And there are times when we have information for others and we share it and then we let go of it. And what we really want, as all of us, is not to continue to be the one giving always the information, but to point them to their own ability to try on skills and here and other places and get their own intuitive knowingness, and so there's a lot to be said for that. I'm I'm not here to be the fixer, but we are here to share information that's unique to us. Absolutely, and that's good. So anyway, I'm going into this phase with my daughter who just finished a 6-month rehab program really well, and now she's back in the extension of the program, but now she's also dealing with the narcissistic partner who lies and does all those things that a narcissist does. So now she's, what skills and professionals does she need to walk differently with him and with her own inner changes? And so that's going to be, on my plate. But there's a lot of resolution happening. Arlie wasn't able to be here today because she was going to have to leave early, but she reminded me that in Vision Circle last week, she was very clear that she was holding a space for the media to stop being lying, to stop lying, to tell the truth. And And so I want to read you her email to me, because it was only her and I at the call last week, I believe. And she says, "Oh my gosh, Sharon, remember last week? Oh, this is the laser in the laser group. I went after the owners of the right-wing media to open their minds. And Robert Murdoch, the notorious right-wing billionaire media owner, has called Trump in print unworthy to be chief executive. Wow, that happened in the New York Post. And in the Wall Street Journal, also Murdoch owned, called Trump the president who stood still on January 6th, in a piece very critical of him. Whoa, whoa, she says, I'm so happy. You could just imagine Arlie, and those pieces to affirm that we are a presence. We are making a difference, and we just keeping on and holding each other in that strength of clarity, because that's our role as women, to call and hold the outcome for our wellness and good and divine agendas, while we also call for the end, no more of the domination culture of domination. So glad to be here with you guys.
Well, okay, so we will start our journey. And with that, we are calling in the Guardian Circle Protocol, hazmat absorption, suits and teams, hitchhiker shield, red rock vortex, under the sky. We call in our divine soul, star families of good. We call in our teams of highest light and resonance to be with us as the space is set. We are safe, protected in a healing cocoon of sovereignty, wisdom, truth. We call in divine feminine to be with us. We call in grace. And we are putting in this circle 8 situations, 2 global situations, 2 domestic situations, 2 sides of a global situation, multiple world situations, 2 furries. We're putting in 47 people, and all those who want to be here, like-minded light workers, all earth volunteers. We call in the qualities of rejuvenation, joy, protection, responsibility, gratitude, and truth telling. And as we journey today, we journey in the honor of who we are. We step in to our roles on this planet for the highest good of all. I'll see you back in 10 minutes. When you're ready, back. We'll make we'll wait a moment or two here. If anybody would like to share what they experienced, what messages are coming through, anything, we can do that popcorn style.
I'll start. I'm looking at the situation with my daughter. Of course, that's where my mind went, and holding a fourfold cocoon for the entire situation. And then it occurred to me that I wanted to find out from my grandson's higher self, because it's all about child custody and all the assertiveness and aggression that comes with that when it becomes um, in the law, in the court system. And so I thought, well, I wanted to know what the higher self wanted as far as, say, for the next 2 years while he's till he's 12. Where does the higher self want him to be as a custodial parent? Not that the other parents left out. And so the preference would be to be with his mother, because she does that really well. So I said, is there anything that would prevent that? And it said, yes, there are. There's some contracts that Leaf has made with himself from lifetimes when he was a female, and where he had a father in those lifetimes who sexually abused her, and caused great damage to his psyche. And he, in this lifetime, is committed to not allowing that type of energy to continue in his life. So he carries the energy of being abused in different fashions from males. And so there's a contract there. And if the contract stays there, it also holds in place the old patterns. It's like it's on the same line of forgiveness or the discreation process. But we had to know about it. So I went and did work, kind of like a discreation process, bringing in those 3 different lifetimes, all the Akashic records in relationship to that pattern. And what I saw was this bringing in again that Sophia circle of mothers who knew, mothers who stood, who mothers would not be moved. And in that process, the PTO, all that energy of the dominators to begin to be dissolved away. So then I felt to go back in time to see when the outsiders put in the idea that they had the right to do that to children. It was very interesting, because this isn't the first time I've seen things like this, right? But this time when I went back, all I could see was it was like there was a failed attempt. So there's not even, I mean, it was like that's never happened before. So again, it's just saying to me that there's a lot that we've done that is impacting the past, that makes the past not even possible anymore. And so I didn't have to even prevent it from being inserted, because it was like a failed attempt, and then just holding a new outcome. for his highest good in his family situation. So,
I'll go next. So I went into the silence, and what I was reminded of was a story out of the book, The Life and the Teachings of the Masters of the Far East. I read it years ago. So Jesus is standing on this cliff, and it's a box canyon, and there's a whole army of men who are coming to a little village because they truly believe in their hearts and souls that this tribe at the end of the box canyon has immense treasure. Well, the immense treasure is spiritual awareness, spiritual wisdom. Anyway, they are advancing. They're going to slaughter everybody and search till they find this treasure. So Jesus is standing on this cliffside. And what he does is he takes the energy from the men and turns it back like a boomerang. So the men and the horses in the very front perceive an invisible force field, and the horses abruptly stop, and everybody behind runs into them. And only the men and the horses in the very back are saved by the massacre of this jamming of all these horses and men. And I'm thinking, that's more violence. There has to be something in between. Everything is energy. So all of those who died would never know what hit them. So there's no point to that. So turning the energy back on those that are lying through their teeth for their own agenda, there has to be something in between. And so what I asked was, I called in the ancient ones, I called in all my relations, I called in my higher self, I called in the higher self of all humanity. It was an invitation to the higher self. And then I'm struggling for words, how to put it into words, but to take a stand for truth, the higher self, to take a stand to the spiritual truth, that who and what we truly are. We represent the spiritual truth. The human part of us represents the ego. We have to take what we want. It's survival of the fittest, and it's king of the mountain. So I asked for a plan, and there's always already a plan, and that everything is energy. Is there a way for the energy to be used that is so intense to lie, control humanity, create the fear, create the violence, so we kill each other? Is there a way to use that intense energy for the highest and best good for all? And that's what I put out there. Cause no harm. No intention of harm. We never know what will happen. No intention of harm, but using all of this amazing energy that's out there, and it's being used for this self-centered agendas, and using the energy, somehow using all that amazing, intense, strong energy for good. So I gave it to the spiritual teams and said, here's your assignment. Let us know how this works. Let us know what our part is. And then I came back. Thank you.
Oh my gosh, this is so powerful, both Sharon and Sue. Geez. For me, I went into I thought I was going to work on the duality and shrinking the polar opposites, bringing them more together and into alignment. And but then I started thinking, all right, well, let's really go where I'm the most bothered. And so then I went into the rights of the female that seemed to be taken away over and over again. And I was thinking, okay, how do I support this and which side do I go on? So I thought I would start doing outsider removal with the GOP that's making all these rules and all these laws that are so backwoods and controlling and unfair and unjust. And then I realized, no, it needs to go to their women. And so I was thinking of the women, their wives, their daughters, the women, the conservative women that have to feel the control. They have to be feeling it. Even if they don't believe in abortion, the fact that their sexual freedoms are being potentially taken away by the making contraception illegal. I mean, it is what is happening to them. And I realized that they are really, truly being the ones more controlled than the liberated women. And so I started to write a new version of Roar, which is a letter to these conservative women who have to be feeling the shackles. I even called it the jail of the picket fence, because they are being segregated, they are being contained, they are being jailed, their rights are being taken away. But the liberated woman, even if I live in a state where the laws don't protect me, a liberated woman will recognize her sovereignty. She will know her individual power. And she will not allow political laws to impact her. But a conservative woman married to a man, or one who may have voted for these men, or even the news reporters that are women, that are interviewing the men, that are telling them, a woman, what their rights are. Like, if you don't want to get pregnant, don't have sex. I mean, it has to be soul crushing for every single one of them. And so I did a deep dive into that soul crushing. And in the letter that I was writing to them, I was saying, the light in your eyes is leaving you. I can see it leaving you. You are a sovereign being of light and love, and you have the power to control your own body, your own rights. And that includes what you believe in. What you believe in, you do not need to believe in abortion, but that is your right. You don't need to stand for the men in your life controlling you, or setting the rules for you, or setting the laws for you. You can stand up to them. And so I just was sending this letter out to them of support for their own sovereignty. Because no matter what the law in my state is, nothing is going to change the rights that I know that I have. And over my own body. It's just not possible. No one can control my own body. No one, no matter what, no matter how hard they try. And so that was just a really interesting roundabout that I was going on, and it's just not going to succeed. It can't. It can't. The women will wake up and they'll realize it can't. It won't happen. And they will rise, or they'll speak to their husbands, or they'll stop sleeping with their husbands. I mean, let's see how that goes, man. So I'm all of a sudden, where I was feeling rather frightened and hopeless, I'm actually feeling quite hopeful and empowered. So, yeah.
Chime in here. First of all, when you called us back, I was way gone. And I was like, God, I think I heard something. It's like, I had to bring myself in. But I was in the place of the, I want to say cosmic winds, just in the beauty of harmony, of just of that sound to me, which is very peaceful. I mean, in all of its nothingness, yet there's so much depth. And to me, it'll take me very easily into a deeply meditative state. And that's where I was, just kind of blanketing the earth, I suppose, or wherever I was, but just sending it out. And then I was reminded of how important it is for us to sing our song. We each have, it's our harmonic signature, but to sing it, to speak it, and whatever that may be. I mean, it can be the use of that voice, but I think it comes in other ways. And then it reminded me of a passage a friend of mine sent from a book, and I just pulled it up, from Brian McLaren's Do I Say Christian? It's the last chapter, and it's brief. It's a small piece, and it talks about your harmonic, really, and it's in his way, but it's about how important it is for you to sing your song, right? So trees grow, trees change through the season. They mature, decline, and die. Then new trees grow where the old trees once cast their shadows. What matters most isn't staying faithful to the tree, but staying faithful to the song, our song, and the only song we can sing. So we're going to be surrounded with people that might not get our harmony, but staying true to our song is just so key. So that's where I was. Thank you. I'm complete.
I'll share. So I wasn't quite sure where I was going to journey to. I ended up cutting cords, breaking down webs with the relationship that I was in recently. And then I saw my kids, my girls and I have been having ongoing arguments, stemming from their narcissistic father. And Juliana's wedding's coming up. There's lots of control issues around it. And I was like, help me. I don't know how to maneuver this. And I just received lots of healing. I just received lots of healing and gratitude. And I was guided to do some reconciliation with my daughter's fiance. And I think it's just going to be a little bit ongoing. Just a little ongoing. So, but yeah, so it was just this energy of love and purity coming in, and just enveloping me, because it's been a heck of a couple weeks, just to be honest. So I'm complete.
The only thing that came to me in my resting state was the imagery of a skeleton and the comparison of all the issues that have been brought up as misalignments in the skeletal body, and that the work that we're doing is kind of like a chiropractic adjustment to tweak and change the whole architecture of the human body. And other than that, I was just in a quiet, peaceful place. And I am complete.
Oh, thank you, everyone. Thank you. Beautiful journey. This beautiful words of wisdom. Beautiful messages. And we can all put our microphones on and touch base, and if we want to share anything else. And other than that, I think we're complete. Am I missing anything, Sharon? It's been a while.
You're the facilitator. You could not possibly miss anything.
I think we're complete.
Beautiful.
Nice job,
Very
Audrey.
beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Be with you
Thank
guys.
you.
It was great to see you. Missed you.
Yeah, I've missed you. Yep.
I've missed being here. There's a reason, and I understand it now. I'm back. I'm back.
Good. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank